Hey guys, and welcome on into another episode of Picks on Net NHL Picks and Predictions. I'm your host, Terry Edelman at TE Picks over on X, ready to break down today's slate. 5 game slate today, and a very, very tricky slate, in my opinion. Um, it's very, very tricky, but I'll be breaking down all 5 games. That being said, I only have one play for today. As I said, tricky slate. I'm also going to be going lower volume than the lower volume I was going to be doing, just because things are still not going right in the NHL. And I'll recap yesterday, which will explain things. Cole Caulfield anytime goal, unfortunately lost. He got an assist on one of the goals. The Montreal Canadiens went down 3-0, stormed back to win, but unfortunately, Cole Caulfield did not score. Josh Stone did not get a point, and a lot of people are on JJ Peterka. Neither of them got a point, so a loser here. Anthony Cirelli over half a point, did not cash, unfortunately, did not get a point. Leo Carlson did cash, and I will be on him again in the next game. 3 games in a row now, Leo Carlson assist has cashed for me, so we'll once again be on that in the next day. And then Winnipeg got shut out by LA. I had Marcy assist. I also had the Jets money line, and then Detroit got shut out by Vegas. I had Detroit money line and Mort Sider point prop. So fortunately, yesterday was just another rough day, and things have just not been going the way I want them to. So until things start to pick up a little bit, I'm going to have to really limit my plays that I am betting, and that's the case. But still going to give you guys all the information on who's hot and all the same kind of stats that I have been. Just the amount of plays that I'm betting are going to have to drop until things start getting going in the right direction. But having said that, we will jump into the chat. Sup, Terry? Sabres have a point in 9 of 10 games. There you go. We won't mention that they only have won 5 games. Hey, obviously wins. Obviously you want to win. Obviously. But if you're losing in overtime, you are still racking up important points that at the end of the season could be very important. So, obviously you want to win games, but getting points, losing in overtime isn't the worst thing in the world, especially when you're a team like the Sabres that could really use a playoff berth this year. We will get out of this cold streak together. Yes, let's do that. Give a like for extra luck if your plays. Yes, hit the like button for extra luck. Isaac says, Johansson point was a nice bet. Thank you, Hal. I was totally going to discuss that Minnesota game, and I actually just about almost forgot. So thank you for reminding me. Of course, I didn't pick Johansson points, of course, to cash, but I wanted to talk about that goal because that's if you are on X and if you follow any Nashville Predators fans, not that there's really a whole lot of them, but anyways, if you do follow any or if you've seen any of them, you will notice that they are very, very upset about the results of yesterday's game. So what happened is Justice Annunen pushed the net off its moorings on purpose as the Wild were in a near scoring chance. So due to the rules, because he did that, the refs are allowed to award a goal, and that's what they did. So the Wild were awarded a goal for the win. Now, if you watch that play, as I did multiple times, you will kind of notice that Johansson was shooting the puck wide. In my opinion, and this is coming from a Wild fan, in my opinion, probably was the wrong call. Just because I don't think Johansson was going to score that. Now, of course, the goalie moving and the net, but the net moved on the other side. So I don't, in my opinion, probably shouldn't have counted, but the NHL decides those things and the Wild won. So I'm happy about that. But I can understand why Nashville fans might be a little pissed off because I don't think Johansson was scoring on that play. But it is what it is. It's done. That's my thoughts on that. I smashed the like, Terry. It's broke. LOL. Tim will fix it. Yeah, Tim, come on. You got to fix the like button. Richie broke it. Laughing. Yeah, I'm sorry to any Predators fans that watch the show. Did not mean to rip into you guys that much. Rigged. I don't know. In favor of the Wild? No, trust me. As a Wild fan, the refs don't rig things for the Wild. That's for sure. Trust me. It cashed. Yes, it did. LOL. The hate is real, Terry. Yes. Predators fans probably hate me, but that's okay. We'll jump into the first game of the night here, which is Utah. And Tim fixed the like button. There we go. So everybody can go and hit it now because it's fixed. Utah, plus 130. Road dogs. Toronto, minus 155. Home favorites. And a total 6.5 here in this one. Looking at goalies, Vitek Vanacek, unconfirmed. Should be a net here. 2-1 with a 2 goals against average, 913 save percentage. Anthony Stolarz likely for Toronto. 5-4-1 with a 3.12 goals against average, 896 save percentage. And Stolarz is he's won 3 games in a row, so starting to improve his numbers a bit. Toronto won both games against Utah last year. Previous meetings between the teams / franchises, 4 overs, 1 under, 2 games finished with 6 goals in the last 7. So we have seen higher scoring games between these two teams. This year, Utah's an under team. We saw that last night in full force of how well they play defensively. And Toronto on the other side has been an over team. I cashed in the over in the last game against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh up 3-0. I was thinking, I don't know. The over might be in a little bit of trouble there. And then Toronto goes and scores 3 goals. 1 minute I look, it was 3-0. A little while later I look and it's 3-3. And I'm like, wow, okay. Thanks, Leafs. So Leafs ended up winning that game. They're on a bit of a win streak and they're scoring goals right now. So 4-3 win against Pittsburgh, 5-2 against Philly, 6-3 loss to Columbus, 4-3 win against Calgary, 4-3 win against Buffalo. The Leafs are scoring goals right now. But I don't really like them at this price. They should win this game with Utah being on the second night of a back-to-back. 6.5. I would much prefer this to be at a 6. So I don't really like anything side or total-wise. Players on streaks, if you're looking for a parlay piece, Nylander has a point in 7 games in a row. He has been hot for the Leafs. Austin Matthews has scored in back-to-back games for Toronto. And then assists, Matthew Knies has an assist in 5 games in a row. If I was playing something in this game, it would be Matthew Knies. Over half an assist, plus 120. As I said, 5 games in a row and had had an assist in both games against Utah last year. So Matthew Knies would be my play here. Nylander an assist in back-to-back games, 4 of his last 5, minus 115. And then then Morgan Riley an assist in back-to-back games for the Toronto Maple Leafs here in this game. We'll jump into the chat. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. Bear with me for a second. If my computer... There we go. Pizza with the Terry Show equals winning. Hey, Sweet Lou. Nice to see you. Now I'm hungry. Thanks a lot. Much appreciated. Now I'm thinking about pizza. Great. Sergachev assist. Nylander assist. Matthews over 3.5 shots and goal. Plus 600. Very nice. Good luck. Nicholas Robertson. Anytime goal. The other Robertson. And Richie's on Knies. Yeah. He's been hot recently for Toronto. And this is not a good spot for Utah, obviously, on the second night of a back-to-back. Next, we have St. Louis Blues and the Washington Capitals here. The Blues plus 125. Road dogs, the Caps minus 150, home favorites, and a total of 6 here. In this one, Jordan Binnington confirmed for St. Louis, 3-4-2 on the season with a 3.08 goals against average and an 868 save percentage. Logan Thompson for Washington, he's 5-3 on the season, 1.51 goals against average and a 935 save percentage. He's been fantastic once again this year. How have these teams done against each other in the past? Well, the Blues have had success against the Caps recently. St. Louis 6-2 in the last 8 meetings between the teams, and 6 of the last 7 between these teams have gone over 6.5. So we've seen very, very high scoring games between these two teams, but I would much rather see Charlie Lindgren in net. If Charlie Lindgren was in net for the Capitals, I would be on the over in this game. But with Logan Thompson in net, I don't. I don't like the over nearly as much. Now, the Caps. Another reason why I don't really like the over here as well. The Caps are not really scoring a whole lot right now. 4-3 shootout loss in their last game to Buffalo. 1 goal against the Islanders. Nothing against Dallas. 1 goal against Ottawa. So during this 4-game losing streak, they have scored 5 goals in those 4 games and have given up 15. So things have not really been going too well for the Capitals, but the Blues have been kind of a disaster all year long. Are coming off a 3-2 win against Edmonton, and then a 3-2 loss against Columbus before that. So the Blues back-to-back unders. Like I said, it's a tricky slate, and this game is tricky as well. I think Washington does win, but minus 150, I'm not getting involved there, especially with the history between these teams. Looking at players on streaks, nothing really of value for the point or goal props, or power play point props. Assist props. In this game, basically, if I was playing something, it would be Robert Thomas, over half an assist. He's done that in 4 games in a row. Minus 105 for him to get an assist. But like I said, it's Logan Thompson in that, so no play there for me. And I'd like to look at the Caps team total over here, but I don't like what I've seen recently. So this game is a pass. Like I said, a tricky slate today for sure. Under 6 with Thompson. I can't get to the under with the Blues and the history between these teams. I can't. Starting to cap NHL, you're on Mammoth money line. Wow. I kind of lean against you. And you're on Blues money line. Kind of lean against you there as well. But next up, we have the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Calgary Flames. Here in this game, Dustin Wolf is confirmed for Calgary, and now Jet Greaves is also confirmed for Columbus. Greaves, 3-3 on the season, 2.67 goals against average, 915 save percentage. Pretty nice numbers. Dustin Wolf, 3-8-1, 3.39 goals against average, 885 save percentage for Calgary. Previous games between these teams, Columbus 4-1, and the last 6 meetings between the last 5 have gone over 6.5. So we've seen some higher scoring games between these teams recently. Columbus usually finding a way to finish out on top. The odds confuse me a little bit here in this game. I get it. Calgary's at home, but 1-3-1 at home this year. So they've lost 4 or 5 games at home. Columbus is 4-2 on the road. The Jackets had their win streak snapped against the Islanders in their last game, a 3-2 loss, while Calgary snapped a 3-game losing streak with a 2-1 win against the Flyers. On a 4-game road trip, they went 1-3, 1-2-1 technically. So this one is confusing. I'm a little bit confused on why the Blue Jackets are a dog here in this game. Guys on streaks here. Joel Farabee has a point in 4 of his last 5 games. Had that streak snapped in his last game, but he's played very well against Columbus for some reason. He has a point in 8 of the last 10 games he has played against Columbus. So for whatever reason, Farabee likes to play the Jackets. That's about it. Huberdeau, 5 games in a row, but minus 135. Not a lot of value there. Huberdeau has scored in back-to-back games, plus 240. And assists. Kirill Marchenko has an assist in 5 games in a row now, at plus 105. And that's the prop I would go with here. Marchenko assist, but he's a sniper. He's a goal scorer, so he's racking up the assists right now. But I feel like if I take his assist prop, he's going to score. So that's the way I would go here in this game. Bear with me. I took the over 5.5. Okay. Columbus 13-1 last 14 games when a favorite. Wow. But they're minus 105. Oh, they were a favorite earlier. Okay. So, yeah, things are moving. This is just a weird game. Coronado power play point plus 400. Okay. Werenski assist. Maybe Coleman point. All right. Marchenko assist, Coyle point, and 2 points. Yeah, Coyle's been playing very well for Columbus recently. He has. I will get the numbers here in a second. Kadri, game 1,000. Is this it? Number 1,000? Wow. 3 shots and a point plus 110. I like it. Okay, so maybe that's just one player, so I wouldn't say that's the reason why Calgary would be favored in this game, but I guess it is motivation there for Kadri for sure here in this game. Coyle, let's see here, points in 3 of 5 and 5 of 8. So, yeah, he has been playing pretty well. That one game he had 4 points, so really, really great game from that third line in that one, in that game. But the game I do have a play for you guys in is the Chicago Blackhawks and the Vancouver Canucks. I know, wow. Chicago plus 140, road dogs. The Canucks minus 165, home favorites, and a total of 6 here in this game. Of course, this is the second time these two teams are facing each other this season. A lot of people were on the Blackhawks the last time these two teams faced each other, but I was not due to the past history between these two teams. Vancouver is now 14-1 in the last 15 meetings between these teams. They lost 1 game during that time. 2-2-1 to a total of 6. So no real advantage there when it comes to betting the total in this game. Goalies, I don't believe we have any confirmed yet. Nope. Spencer Knight and Thatcher Demko both unconfirmed here in this game, and both have extremely similar numbers. Knight 4-3-2, Demko 5-4. Knight 2.62 goals against average, Demko 2.57. Knight 913 save percentage, and Demko 911 save percentage. So very similar numbers there. Looking at the side here, I think the Canucks win. Obviously, they've been dominant against this Hawks team for a long time. But minus 165, I'm not really interested in that. I'm going to take the Canucks in regulation because if you look at the Canucks' recent games, their last 3 wins have all been in overtime or a shootout. And when these two teams did face each other, it was a 3-2 shootout win for the Canucks. This Hawks team, while they have lost 4 of their last 5 now, and 3 of those 4 losses were by multiple goals. So the Hawks may be coming down to earth a little bit here, but I can't get to their side. The play I am playing, though, small play here, so not a premium play. Andrei Burakovsky over half a point here in this one. Why am I taking Burakovsky? Well, he has a point in 4 games in a row, 2 multi-point games during that stretch. He's been playing very well for Chicago. And if you look at what he's done against the Vancouver Canucks, 7 of his last 8 games, he has a point against them, including 2 multi-point games during that stretch. So plus money for him to get a point. Andrei Burakovsky, that's the best way to go here in this game, despite the fact that I believe Vancouver wins. If you did Vancouver money line and Burakovsky point together, that would be a nice plus money. Or you could look at Andrei Burakovsky's goal prop. He has scored in 3 games in a row for the Blackhawks. He's plus 360 here in this game. And then assist props, Connor Bedard, 4 games in a row with an assist, plus 105 here in this game. Hottest player in the last week playing tonight is Connor Bedard. I'm going to be sick. No, I'm kidding. 3 goals, 5 assists, 16 shots in 4 games. Burakovsky 3-3 in the same 4. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Burakovsky been vocal about needing to score early. Okay. Don't sleep on Bedard's I want on the Olympic team tour stop in his hometown. Yes, but a lot of what I'm hearing is he and Celebrini are most likely fighting for one spot. So, but that doesn't mean he's not going to be motivated. He's still going to be very motivated. But I love to see Bedard and Celebrini head to head. I think Celebrini wins that for sure. But final game, which includes Macklin Celebrini and the San Jose Sharks plus 140, road dogs, the Seattle Kraken minus 165 home favorites, and a total of 6. Here in this one, we do not have confirmed goalies here. Yaroslav Askarov unconfirmed for San Jose. Joey Decord unconfirmed for the Kraken. 4.29 goals against average for Askarov, 2.53 for Decord, 862 save percentage for Askarov, 910 for Decord. Decord 6-1-3 on the season. He's been great. He's been one of the main reasons why Seattle's played really well so far this year. Now, looking at previous meetings between these teams, the Sharks have won 3 of the last 5. The Kraken did win back-to-back games last year. But yeah, last year was a down year for the Kraken. They're playing much better this year. Looking at a total in the last 4, 2 overs, 2 pushes, no unders between these 2 teams. When I look at this game, if I'm getting involved in the side, I want to know who's in net. Because if it's not Joey Decord, then I don't like Seattle nearly as much. And when it comes to the Sharks, I don't know. I could see this being a close game. I could see it going to overtime, and I could see the Sharks winning. So ultimately, I'm not interested in the side here. Again, this is a game I need to know goaltenders before I could bet a side here. In this one, shots on goal props, because I do notice here, Philip Kurashev, over 1.5 shots on goal, minus 125. He's done that in 5 games in a row. And bear with me for a second. He has a point in 5 games in a row, plus 126. So Philip Kurashev is a good look here. Tyler Toffoli, a point in 4 or 5. He's minus 116. Eli Tolvanen for the Kraken has a point in 3 games in a row, plus 105. Bear with me for a second. Assist props, Tolvanen, 3 games in a row, plus 223. And Philip Kurashev has an assist in 4 of his last 5 games, plus 230 here in this game. But that's today's show. I know, guys, I'm sorry. Only one play, but this is an extremely tricky slate, in my opinion. So one that I can't go heavy on for different reasons. Bedard will be a beast in the Olympics. He loves playing for Canada. All right. Sherwood, anytime goal. Sherwood, anytime goal. Okay. I know he was hot. I don't think he... I think, let's see here. Yeah, he hasn't scored in back-to-back games. So, but maybe he's gonna get hot again. Quinn Hughes is back for the Canucks. Yes, very important for them for sure. Good day, Terry. I'll be rewatching. Thanks, Captain Brian. Hope all is well. Will Smith, anytime goal, and Stevenson, anytime goal. All right. Macklin, anytime goal. Sounds good. Bernier's birthday today, has 2 points in 2 of his last 4 games. Okay, so maybe he's a good play. Courage had point plus 130 and Sprinkle anytime goal plus 380. Yeah, that's the player to look at here in this game if I was getting to anything here. All dogs besides the Columbus game. So you're on all the dogs, and then in the Columbus game, you're on Calgary. All right. Good luck to all, and thanks. You too, Eddie. Best luck to everyone in today's slate. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you back here on tomorrow for another episode. Picks on Net, NHL Picks and Predictions. Best of luck, guys.